Me and my roommate are both victims of domestic violence. Like, I've been airlifted to the hospital and stuff before.
I was a drug-addicted prostitute for the last, I'd say, 15 years, sticking a needle in my arm about 10 times a day.
I was in prison. I've did 5 years. I'm trying to get my grandson, Leo. He's in a foster home now, and we're in court. So we are working on that.
I was pregnant with my 10-year-old, and he was shaken back in Illinois. He was shaken by his father, and the state told me that I had to move out here with my mom.
I found out that I have cancer. It's been about 8 months ago. They said gave me 6 to 8 months to live, but God is good, only He knows. Dealing with my son's injury, he has traumatic brain injury. He was hit head-on a mini motorcycle back in 2014.
In the prostitution world, women are your enemy, you know. I've been abused by every man I've been with, and so when I would come to women for companionship and to help me and stuff, I didn't find it.
The hardest thing is for them to ring that doorbell. Once that door opens, they enter into a center where they are completely accepted. That we try to meet them exactly where they're at.
At Hope Women's Center, we serve women and teen girls facing any difficult life situation. We want to walk with them through the crisis they are facing, but also to build long-term relationships with them and give them the tools they need to make positive choices for their future.
Here at our Apache Junction Center, we do usually between 25 to 30 classes on a monthly schedule. They range from everything from crochet to knitting to gardening, to Bible studies.
I've been to the parenting classes for over the past 10 years, and also the pregnancy classes have also helped me because I have 3 other children since I've been coming to the center.
It doesn't really matter from what background you're from, like not well educated or educated, you're still going to understand the curriculum and what they're trying to get across.
They're there to help you and work with you with getting your kids back, and that is an awesome experience.
We get a lot of young girls that are very afraid, very confused about their situation. They're just terrified about the possibility of being pregnant. And we just try to be very clear with them, not to convince them of what to do, but just so that they know exactly what their real situation is.
We could meet her mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and her children and her family's needs by building a relationship where she would want to come back to have classes.
As our women participate in our services, which are education classes and mentoring, they earn points. So they earn points and they can use those in our boutique.
The store is a great resource. It has the diapers, the clothes, the kids' clothes, strollers, car seats, anything you can think of.
They can shop in the resource room. They can also use those points for a utility assistance, which we're able to do to help our clients pay just a small portion of a utility bill for them on a monthly basis.
And it's interesting, the women who come, they look like ordinary women off the street. And then as you get to know them, they don't share this right away, but as they start to learn to trust you in classes and you build up a relationship, you find that one woman is living in her car and it's in the middle of summer, and you have no idea how these women come to Hope, and yet they don't look like they've been there. You know, they come with a strong will and a determination to pull themselves out of the places, the deep places that they're in.
Little by little, they develop this personal relationship with God. What they learn here, they start to apply it in their own homes. And it gets to the point where they start seeing a difference in their own lives.
Over this past weekend, I got married and baptized, and so they helped me with the reception and setting everything up, and it's just a very emotional time, because if it wasn't for the center, I wouldn't have been able to start my life back over again.
Hope Women's Center began as a single center in the East Valley over 32 years ago. In 2013, we were able to take the model we had created there and reproduce it in centers in Coolidge and in Phoenix. In 2016, our Phoenix Center was able to move to a permanent location that will allow us to greatly expand services to provide for more women and children and to have a long-term impact in the community there. We have seen every year our clients grow to where we are serving more than 1,000 women and over 250 children.
If I don't come to the center the 2 days throughout the week, then my week doesn't go as great as it does when I do come. I was once a person out there the same, you know. I'm lost, homeless, hungry, children not knowing where they were. I came here and it's just I found a lot of things. I found friends and hope in the Lord, and it's been so great. It's been so great. And even with the fact that I know that I'm gonna leave the world probably sooner than I would like to, I have so much comfort. Yeah, they give me so much comfort. They love me and I love them back.
They go out and they share that hope, that light with other people outside, and then they come to our center and they also get the help and the light and the hope for themselves.
I knew that God answered my prayers through this place because every woman had their arms out with not a knife in their hand to stab me in the back, but just, what can I help you with? And I needed food. I wandered in here just trying to get a food box, and I stayed because God met me right here.
Because we have so many volunteers, we're able to use our resources well with Hope Women's Center. And they're really the best volunteers anywhere, so.
When we came here for the first time, it was like, okay, we're not the only ones going through this. You know, there was different walks of life in this room and sharing their stories, and it felt good to be around somebody that understood what you were going through and the pain and heartache.
To see the strength that they have is amazing, and they're willing to try to go that extra step to get a normal life like you and I have. They don't take that for granted anymore, and they work hard.
This center helps all kinds of people, and people that's been in prison that think they can't make it anymore, or you know, they're being held back because they did serve time or they did any wrongs. They could come here and feel at home.
So we are really excited in Maricopa to hopefully be able to open up a Hope Women's Center. Everything's leading towards that. We just need a building, and we need a lot of the funding and different things to be consistent for us so that we can meet the women's needs in Maricopa.
Without you, we cannot meet the needs of the women and families that come to us in crisis. Your financial support helps us provide for the needs of the women and children that we are serving today. It helps create sustainability for the ministry as we continue to serve in the communities where we have centers, and also to expand into other communities that are asking for our resources.
I had been praying for God to put me in the company of what I could call lady friends, which are women that are different than the women that I've been around. And he brought me to the Hope Women's Center, and it's just been an amazing journey so far.